Hi YouTubers, it's Mike again, and actually I'm feeling alright today, but I've had, like a lot of disabled people in England, a quite bad few days really. Many of us are on incapacity benefit because we're not able to work. I have some quite severe disabilities, as well as serious susceptibility to depression, which is how I came to be in this state in the first place. Our government, in its wisdom, has decided that it needs to appeal to the conservative right-wing vote, and one of the ways that it's chosen to do this is to look at incapacity benefit, make out that there are thousands and thousands and thousands of people who are fiddling the system, and send out a massive 20-page form asking for all the information that they've already received, while saying that you may be asked to see a doctor, and if you don't comply you may lose benefits. Now, when he was interviewed on the television, the minister never mentioned anything about this. He just suggested that there are 1 million people out there who are stuck on benefit and want to get back into work. There's nothing on the form about whether or not you want to get back into work and what Job Centre Plus can do to help you. It's all about questionnaires about what you can and can't do. Now, I've been disabled for 9.5 years. I've seen 2 of their doctors. The first one I saw just 2 weeks after I came out of hospital. I filled in countless forms. I tell them every time there's a change in my circumstance. As I say, it's been 9.5 years. After the first 18 months, any improvement is very, very unlikely. My doctor has written letters saying that I'll be in my situation for life. I know I'll be in my situation for life. But ordinary disabled people are being demonised by the insensitivity, probably more of the computers at Job Centre Plus rather than the people. Unfortunately, the people at Job Centre Plus have not been sensitive in the nature of the forms which they send out. Don't know how many times I have to tell them all this crap. It's not just me, it's hundreds of thousands of other people with severe disabilities in the UK. And there are 9 million people in the UK with varying descriptions of disability, some of which can work, many of which cannot work. And all this is to ensure that I continue to get the benefits that I do get, the benefits that I need, and as I live in the southeast, the benefits that in no way keep up with the very high cost of living in the southeast. You feel criminalised, you feel got at all the time because they've got this information and they are wasting millions of pounds of taxpayers' money using a massive sledgehammer to crack a nut which is pretty small, and it's got far more to do with appealing to a area of the electorate rather than cracking the problem of benefit fraud. Well, there is a problem with benefit fraud, but for political purposes it's being hugely exaggerated. These decisions are obviously being made by someone who has never filled in a benefit form in their lives. They are tremendously long, tremendously detailed, and intrusive, and you could argue necessarily so in the first instance, but then to keep coming back and asking the same old crap again and again and again, and asking doctors to come and see you again and again and again. I mean, they just walk in the room, look at me, and say, I don't know why they've sent me here. I saw a couple of years ago, I saw the Citizens Advice Bureau, and they were told me that I should be applying for other benefits. So actually, as a result of their excellent visit, my benefit was upgraded because I wasn't receiving everything that I was entitled to. But disabled people, the serious ones that they know about, would love to work. I used to work. I've not always been on benefit. I had a very successful career. I was an international sales manager for a publishing company when I became disabled. Didn't ask to become disabled. And all this crap you have to go through every time some smart ass in the government decides that it's time to pick once again on the most vulnerable section of society in order, in their view, to placate the working majority. It's just ridiculous. It gives you very negative feelings of self-worth. It seems that by the way the government treat you, that you are a cost. You're not able to contribute, so sod ya. And our level of benefits is not overall bad, but it does depend on which part of the country you live in as to how they keep up with the cost of living. The cost of mobility benefit in no way keeps up with the cost of fuel. Millions of pensioners, irrespective of need, get £200 a year towards their winter fuel bills, even if they're very mobile and thereby are able to keep themselves warm. Now, I don't object to that because these people have put in all their lives. But maybe there should be an element of means testing on that in order that disabled people who are adult and not of retirement age could receive a contribution towards their heating bills. I get nothing towards my heating bills, and yet I can, particularly in the winter when it's cold, my mobility is severely restricted. I can't even self-propel my wheelchair. I'm not moaning about that. I'm moaning about the intrusive nature and the repetitive nature of what myself and many hundreds of thousands of others are continually required to do, and the insensitive nature in which it's requested, and the nonsensical reasons why it is requested when long-term disabled people are long-term disabled people. Their disabilities are not going to change. Speaking for myself, I only wish that they did. We're made to feel like we're malingering unuseful people in society who are nothing but a cost and a burden. Now that does very little for the self-esteem. I would suggest that John Hutton and his merry chums actually have a look at these benefit forms and see how they would like filling them in, and the intrusive nature of the questions, and then have it repeated time and time again with the threat that you'll lose your income if you don't do it. Yeah.